As usual. Oh, just a sec, guys. As usual. Oh, just a sec, guys. Hopefully, I don't. Oh, okay, hopefully. No, I'm still echoing. Just a second. Are you guys hearing an echo? Or now are you hearing an echo? Okay, I'm gonna have to do that again. Oh, you can hear me? Give me a second. I'm still echoing. Okay. So I guess I'm just gonna have some feedback. Maybe. Let me try the computer speakers. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not able to do it from my computer. I don't guess if you didn't hear it there. Was you able to hear anything during that time? Cynthia, sorry, I'm gonna have to leave the stream and make a new one and come back in. It'll take me about 5 minutes at the most. I'll be right back. Okay, so anybody come in, I'm just fixing the sound. I've got a new go. Okay, are you guys able to hear me now? I've been having an echo and I don't know why. So I'm having an echo. Okay, so you guys were able to hear me before? Okay, I wasn't sure. Just a second. I'm still good, right? It's still coming through on that, but I'll just set it to the side if you're able to hear me through this. I do not know. I'm doing everything as usual. Gotcha. So I'll tell you guys what I've got going on here. I've got my laptop on sharing screen, and I am on a mobile device for the streaming. So two open that I know of. I'm thinking I may just have to come back into another one. I'm not sure. Okay, I think I found the issue. I think I had two StreamYards open, so leave it to me. Matthias, it's really good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be watching the Carlee Russell press conference. Have you all been following this? Oh, great. I'm glad it got fixed. I always have an issue at the beginning. Here. So, did you all get a chance to read the statement put out by the Hoover Police Department yesterday? Let's see where it should pop up here in a second. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this presser, Matthias, because I just want to hear what explanation they give us. It's been such a mess. I don't know how they're professionally going to explain this, honestly. I mean, we've heard about a wood people with orange hair and bald on top, stealing her in a truck, painting her toenails for 2 days and feeding her Cheez-Its, then letting her go. So, I mean, there's some pretty wild stories out there. Okay. Just a second here. Let me add this to the stream, I guess. Hmm. Hmm. Um, what? Any idea why my screen isn't sharing, guys? Try again. Are you guys seeing anything? Hmm. Awesome. What other stories are you covering today, Matthias? While I'm trying to get the press conference up here. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm sharing screen. Share screen. Need the Hoover PD Facebook. Entire screen. Then share. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I've got my laptop and I'm on a device, and then I've got my laptop as well to screen share with because the volume on it is crazy. It doesn't sound good at all. So I don't know why it's not sharing the screen. See the Chrome tab, Facebook, yes. Hmm. Oh, wow. Is it the parents in Florida that left their baby in the car after the 4th of July party? That was crazy. That was the craziest story I ever heard. Hmm. I'm really not sure. Oh, never mind, guys. I know what I did. Hang on, it's starting and it's getting ready to come up here. I didn't accept it my other device. I do this at least every other live stream. Okay. Now you guys should be able to see that. I would hope. Okay, so the Hoover Police Department in Alabama is the ones who's doing the presser on this. Of course, they released a statement yesterday. This is the statement that they released, and in this statement, they pretty much said that it was a hoax, if you ask me. So we'll have to see exactly what they say today because they did state that the investigation was not over and they were still trying to put the pieces together. So I'll give her a little bit of shadow of a doubt, but not much at all. You refresh the page here, see if there's a video up. Should be starting. See. The live stream on their Facebook page. I don't see it yet. But Thais, every time I come to watch your live streams, it has another link. Are we supposed to be clicking that to go to another platform to watch you? Because I don't ever show up because I'm confused. Unfortunately, YouTube's the only thing I'm really familiar with to stream on. Okay, yeah. Just gonna keep watching it. See when it comes up here. If you all see somebody else live streaming it and I've got it wrong, let me know. But it says that it's gonna have it on their Facebook page, and that is where we're at. So when I was talking about Cheez-Its earlier, now that it looks like we've got a minute or two, when you read further down in the statement, which all of you all might, did you guys read where she went to Target to buy snacks and they didn't find the snacks? Can you imagine being the officer that has to write that in your police report? Like, that's what you have to write down while you're doing a missing persons investigation that has national attention. You're having to go to Target and verify receipts to see what snacks she took with her. It's just crazy. Got you. You're not on StreamYard, so the link is to join open panel. Okay. All right. I was confused about that. Well, I will see you at 6 then, buddy, for sure. The Chad Dorman thing really bothers me, so I haven't been able to cover it, but I'm into the John Bonet heavily, and I am into the chick that left her baby in the bathroom. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to be quiet.
Mic check 1 2.
Everybody good with microphones? All right.
You're definitely reloaded. I hope your wife joins you as well.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center.
I'm Captain Keith Sescaleba, that's spelled Keithsescaleba, with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank Brocato, spelled Brocato, and Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis, spelled Derzis. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled Lowe, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Brocato will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief Durzis will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, there will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor Brocato.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee. Our community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Ooh, I've been waiting for this.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's just a kid just walking by themselves.
Oh, hold on. Where on 4th are you?
I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med.
Okay, so you're before the exit?
Yes.
Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280?
Towards Tuscaloosa.
Okay, and was the child on the left or right side?
On the right side.
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound, or how old do they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, what kind of car are you in?
I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz
Is it a sedan or SUV?
SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry.
Can you put your hazards on for me?
Yeah, they're on.
Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
White male? Okay. So is he wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. What is he wearing?
It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
And you don't see any cars anywhere?
No, no cars anywhere.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
My name is Carlee Russell.
And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay. Try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
All right. And do they have shoes on?
No,
Shoes?
not that I can see. I can't really see that. Look.
Okay. All right. I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but the officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female.
Y'all, if he
However,
says
she never
orange hair,
saw
I'm
the
leaving the
female,
internet.
only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded, but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught" was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "Birmingham bus station" was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety.
Any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spa.
right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you that the family has not been cooperative in returning to be questioned?
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, question for Chief. You stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female, black female, white female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on loose in the Hoover area?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Bernie Jam, WBRC, has a toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
Lisa?
There's been a concern in the community that if this turned out not to be a true story, that the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Right here?
Was she traveling with anyone, excuse me, was she traveling with anyone since the time she disappeared, to your knowledge?
And not to my knowledge.
Right here?
Chief, I know you said you weren't able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went, and how would you characterize what happened here?
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
Well, one quick follow-up, her parents. Did you speak with Carlee's parents, and why do you think it is they were so adamant that there was an abductor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
Chief Audrey Robinson, WBRC, how much time do you think you'll give the family before going back to Carlee for sentencing?
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, you know, she called right now. We're ready.
You had one word to describe what went on. What would that word be?
Ooh, how about unknown? You know, we know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
In the back?
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, you know, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, in the mayor, every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
As you stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here. And then we'll figure it out. I promise you that. We'll end up figuring it out.
Any idea about the number of manpower hours or the expense of the drones and all the rest of the search that might have cost the city and the state and federal government?
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's you know, again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Chief, is there any prior indication of mental health problems?
Not that I'm aware of.
Could you just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in? What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for her? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us.
Would you say a crime has been committed
No,
in this case?
we have not determined that. No.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Question for Chief. With all the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, 48 hours
Yeah.
that she went missing?
Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that several 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very very strange. Yes.
Do you feel confident, do your investigators feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done this?
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you explain for us, you mentioned that while I believe you said Carlee was on the phone with 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Chief, have you used any technology to enhance that video from 459, and did you see a man grab her?
We did not see, from what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell? And how serious of a crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed as we're going through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and gentleman early said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Did anyone see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right,
So
last question here.
Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again to Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
All right, that's all the questions we're going to answer today. We appreciate you guys coming, and we'll be following up with y'all later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was a lot. Oh, you all, I can't believe that man stood up there and explained about the man with orange hair with a straight face. Oh, Cynthia, I would like to know where the trucker is too. I don't have words. One of the craziest things I've seen. Just a second here. So what's y'all's thoughts? I know, but Thea says that he's inconclusive and would say that means that he's waiting for officials to come out and say so, but y'all know me, I speculate a little bit, and I'm gonna speculate that she lied. She lied. It's terrible. It happens. I'm glad she came out. Including the Secret Service. I mean, who does that? That's not allowed. And I mean, if that was near you, we would get in trouble for this. So we'll see what happens here because I've heard that her family is very influential in the area. They have endless resources when it comes to legal matters and things like that. So I don't think they're really that worried about it. Give me just a second here. I'll get my StreamYard link to drop it if anybody wants to come up and discuss. Me either. I would have lost it at that point. The one thing I can say is that the investigation is not over. There's more that has to come out. That is true. That is true. Yes, with me, I kinda, when I see one law, it makes me doubt it all. So, did you all ever know about the Red Roof Inn situation? Um, if not, the Red Roof Inn was a dispatch call and said that Carlee was there. And whenever, you know, it come out, the dispatch call did, her parents went to social media and said that it was a lie. Like, they actually tagged True Crime with Bobby or Bobby and True Crime, something like that, or Crime with Bobby, I think it was. They actually tagged him and said that he was um, lying, and we all could hear it. Everybody went over to the scanners, pulled it, XML, everybody had it going at that point. So they came out and said that. Well, yesterday they bring out with a statement where they're talking about they're not going to, pay attention to any of the negativity, and I don't blame them for that, but then they addressed the Red Roof Inn situation and admitted to it. So, why call someone a liar when you knew it was true? And at that point, I lost all. I honestly think that's where the parents started lying. I know I would be ashamed if I caught my child doing something like this. So I'm not going to sit up here on my high horse and judge them. I would never do that. But I will say, I think that's when the parents knew that she lied. And I'm just wondering if that will come out. No, why it's not letting me invite guests? It's not giving me a link here. Just a second. Single mom. Are you waiting until the investigation is over to make your mind up as well? A lot of people are, and I won't say anything 100% until then, but, you know, I mean, even, law enforcement didn't seem to be, believing the story either. It's too much. We know yeah, it's too much. If it fits, you don't have to, yeah, it doesn't have to be this elaborate. It's crazy. Yeah, 911 was called from there. The only thing I'm not clear of about the Red Roof Inn situation is if an employee called and said she was there, or if the family said they had got a phone call from her and saying she was there. So I have no clue. Let's see here. Second. Just a second here. Let's see if I can go over and invite one of you all. Okay, there's the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up and give your opinion. All opinions are welcome. At this point, it's anything. We know that there is nothing for sure until everything comes out. Well, you're gonna wait too. Yeah. I do. I believe she's lying to face by so. And like I said, I think the parents joined in at some point too, but this is no fault of theirs. They done nothing wrong. Our children do some crazy stuff, and at the end of the day, that no one who is stable would make up something like this. Hello, how are you today?
How you doing? Forgive
I'm
me. I got
doing
the air
good.
conditioner going on in the background.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, like I said in chat, that I'm not saying yes she lied or no she lied until all the evidence comes out. So right now that press conference just left me inconclusive.
What do you think about the details that the PD let out?
Still waiting because there's a lot. I believe there's a lot more than meets the eye. There's still some things that they haven't covered.
Mm.
There's a lot they haven't covered, and I'm waiting on that.
Do you think it was professional in them to release that before they completed the investigation?
No, they should have completed the investigation first before coming out with anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. See, even though I believe that it was a hoax on her part, I believe that they should have never came out with those details until they've completed the investigation. Because in my opinion, what they've opened the door up here to is a lot of arguments on social media because we know that people have already been arguing about this. And that's what it
Well,
really opens it up to.
it's not just the arguments on social media. There's a lot of arguments going on in the court of public opinion, and a 13th juror, which is the role I'm trying to play here when I with my lives and all that. I try to make sure I get all the evidence first before I can say, okay, this is I'm on this side of the argument or that side of the argument.
Right, right. Oh, he didn't mention the Target receipt. Did he? Did he?
He mentioned the purchase, but they didn't say anything about the receipt.
Got you. Hmm. Yeah, he pretty much said what they said it in the statement that they released yesterday.
Right.
Mhm. What do you think about when
Honestly,
we were talking about the Red Roof Inn dispatch call? You had heard about that. What do
yeah,
you think about the parents saying that that was a lie, and then the statement they put out yesterday, they addressed it and said that it was true?
that plus the audio recording heard during the press conference.
Hmm.
Whatever happened, I believe the parents are trying to cover.
You do. It's such a
I
hard
do. They're
situation.
pulling. They're doing a little CYA action, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. Yep. How was it when we heard the Secret Service? How does that even happen? When do they roll out the Secret Service in these missing cases like this? I know they
Now
do for the
that
children,
one,
but for an adult,
I'm like, huh? What?
I dug back on her
I'm
parents a
sitting.
little bit and they're loaded. That's probably why, honestly. Come on, this day and age, if you have money and you're connected, you get more public service than the rest of us, honestly.
There you go. Money. Like my dad would say, bless his soul, money talks and BS walks.
Yep, you got that right. And I think that's what happened in this situation, which, I mean, kudos to her parents. They were on top of it. Kudos to the police department. They were on top of it. They were at the scene
Didn't
within
say.
4 minutes, I think it was. The parents had an army behind them rallying up a search party and everything immediately. They even had Anaya's Angels. Have you heard of that group?
Say again.
Have you ever heard of Anaya's
Which angel?
Angels?
Anaya's
Anaya?
angels?
Hmm.
No. In fact, I'm still trying to wrap my head around a TikTok video that I saw earlier. I'm not trying to touch politics with even a 10-foot rod, but it showed Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert throwing away a pair. a pin. The pin is green sneakers representing one of the kids who was killed in the Uvalde school shooting in Texas. And as of this moment, at least on TikTok that I know of, Bobert is getting blasted for it.
I would say so.
And hey, I don't blame him because I saw the brochure, I saw the pin, and thought Lauren Boebert. Okay, I get it. And she's in the NRA's pocket. So, but like I said, I'm not trying to get into politics right now. Now that's what got me into true crime in the first place.
Oh yeah, well, politics and true crime are mixing again, and they threw in the conspiracy theorist with that. Have you seen all the
Yep.
whistleblower stuff coming out
Oh God.
about the UAPs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's getting
it's
interesting, man.
it's a crazy situation. It's a crazy
Hmm.
situation, and right now we are the the American people are literally in the thick of it.
Yep. Oh yeah, all eyes are on us, especially in that situation, because supposedly we're the one that has all the technology that's been recovered from these UAPs they found that's crashed and things. And honestly, I think it's
Right.
something that I can't. It's believable to me, so I'm not going to shut it down for sure. Um, but I'm going to do a little
Right.
bit of coverage on that because they're having a. They're actually going to have a. It's going to go in front of Congress. I think they're going to make statements on the 26th of this month or the 23rd. So that's going to be
Right.
interesting because I was watching some interviews from the whistleblowers and they claimed that when they were in the UAP force or whatever, when they went for that they actually that human trafficking was in with this. So that's what I was saying. True crime, politics, and the conspiracy theorists have all mixed together now.
Yeah. It's the fact that the conspiracy theorists have jumped in on this is what scares me a lot.
What was that?
Whew.
You still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, I thought
I
you
am
had
just
cut out. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to get a link so I can be able to set this up for my live a little bit later in about a couple hours from now.
Gotcha. There isn't very many people in here, but let me go grab your link and I'll share it out. So let's say
Yeah.
Cynthia will be over there. She definitely has your link. I don't know if Sluggy does or not.
Yeah, and I had to get one more. I had to get one more opening sound effect as well because the sound effect actually relays what I got set for today. So if anybody wants to know,
Ooh.
that's me.
Gotcha. And you said that you were going live at 6 p.m. Eastern?
Say again.
You're going to be going live on 6 p.m. Eastern time?
6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific.
All right, well, you guys, make sure you go over and watch Matthias. He'll be going live, I think, on Chad Dorman. Um,
I got Chad Dorman. I'm talking Alexi Treviso, the John Benet Ramsey confession from prison. Um, the mom and dad who are in jail right now for leaving their baby in a hot car, drugs found in their system, and I am covering this press conference.
Great, yeah. So he's got a lot coming this afternoon. When you cover John Benet Ramsey in the confession letter, I've got a reading over on my channel. You're more than welcome to play it. It's just got the excerpts, and I left all of the derogatory stuff out that I could. There's not any kind of graphic details that's just you can't say on YouTube. So I left all that messy stuff out
I
and
put
just tried to.
I really appreciate that. I was going to ask you about that anyway, because ever since that came out now, and I was on your channel when you presented it. The first thing I said respectfully, what the heck did I just watch?
Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. And the thing about it is, I'm still digging pretty deep. One of my subs brought the Henderson family to my attention. They had a lot to
Uh huh.
gain. If John Ramsey was no longer with that company, they had a lot to gain. So, it's
Right.
looking like he was never even involved, but these people were suspects, but we don't even hear about them on court TV today.
Right. And it still bugs me that when it first went down, the person who allegedly abducted John Bonet wanted a ransom in the same amount that John Ramsey was getting for his bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the only way it works for Gary Oliva, the only way it works for him to have been the one to have done it is if he had an accomplice.
I can barely make out what you just said.
I was saying, Gary Oliva, the only way it works
Yeah.
for him to be the one that done this is if he had an accomplice. If you look at Patsy Ramsey's,
Yeah.
yeah, if you look at the ransom note and then you look at the handwriting on the letters that he sent, the confession letters, totally different. Plus the bonus thing, there's no way he could have known that. His DNA didn't match the male DNA found on her, so there had to be another male around her that wasn't family.
That's a lot. That's something else that myself and Arctic Fox had talked about extensively. With
Yeah.
the ransom note, the amount of the ransom, all that. And,
Mhm.
and as I'm listening to this carefully, there's no way any one person could have done it.
Mm-mm. No. Well, Matthias, I'm trying to keep this short so people come over to watch the press conference on replay. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'll be letting everybody know that you're going live tonight, and I'll be there as well.
All right, I'll look forward to it.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks.
Uh-huh. Okay, everyone, that's all I have. Comment your opinions below and let me know what you think about the crazy. Looks like the majority of people are waiting to see what the PD has to say for sure in this. So I'm gonna say that we pretty much got our answer today, but we'll see. Anyways, you all take care, and I'll see you next time.